And here is the dairy-free vegan banana bread, fresh. What in the world? Bring me my bread back. Dude.
Hello everyone, my name is Misty Nicole from LadyPrefersToSave.com and welcome to another video on the channel, this time a 1-hour prep with me in the kitchen, all about my zero waste things that I do each week. Keep in mind, this video is going to be a little on the dark side. I only am using natural light because I have had migraines for over a week, so please do bear with me. I just wanted to give everyone a chance to see some of the things that I do around the house, especially this week when I had a little bit of energy, so I decided to get up, get some things done, and get it on camera. Here you can see there's some stuff I need to get rid of. I need to process sweet potatoes, avocados, gala apples, and about 4 pounds of bananas. I'm going to use just a cutting board, some basic stuff around the kitchen. I also think I'm going to go ahead and use my induction oven to process the sweet potatoes because sweet potatoes can be easily frozen. The first thing I'm going to do, of course, is to light a candle. I'm going to use the Yankees red apple wreath today just because it's kind of perky and lifts my spirit a little bit and smells like apple pie, which you definitely cannot go wrong with. Also keep in mind that when you're doing zero waste in the kitchen, there's a lot of tedious things to go along with it, so just give yourself a little bit of self-care when you're going along with it, and it makes the chores a lot easier. The next thing I'm going to do is to go ahead and start a sink full of water. I am using Mrs. Meyer's lavender to do so. I also add in just a touch of Dr. Bronner's peppermint to all of my dish liquids just because it works a little bit better. And even though I'm going to be rinsing out and dishwashing most of my dishes, I like to start with a full sink in case I need to rinse something off. It's always something that my grandmother did and I like to do. I am also going to use my e-cloth to scrub if need be anything, and that will help me get started. And you know, just totally off topic, I'm not sure if anyone else likes this or not, but I've kind of grown where I like to wash dishes sometimes. I really like using my bar mop towels and just keeping everything really tidy, and something about the warm water just kind of really feels good on my hands. As you can see here, I'm going to let it get about halfway full and get started. First thing I'm going to do is put up my lunch. I made myself some vegan chicken soup with rice noodles, vegetable bouillon that I made last fall, and some Gardein chicken strips. I'm going to put them in these little cute as a button mini crock pots for my daughter and husband to have for lunch tomorrow. Then I'm going to go ahead and get started with a few projects. The first one that I'm going to do are some chocolate chai energy balls, and the recipe for this will be down below, but I'm just going to use oats, walnuts, peanut butter powder, chia seeds, Thai organic tea, and one of my new favorite chocolate spreads. It is not vegan, it is vegetarian, is from, once again, their hazelnut amore spread, delish, and some unsweetened avocado flakes and some agave, and of course the tea again. Again, the recipe for this will be in the description bar below. And just a hint, when you're wanting to add some moisture to recipes, chai is an amazing way to go. Keep in mind you're only going to need a small amount, so you're going to kind of slowly steep your tea to get it to the right consistency, and you want it to look a little bit lighter than what you would drink, but definitely still full of all that cinnamon and cardamom goodness. Then you're going to pull out your food processor and slowly start blending everything together. You want to do 2 rough chops for energy balls, then do a final processing to keep everything melded together, then going back in, adding your chocolate mix to everything to get it well incorporated when you are making your energy balls at home. Then you'll just want to add in your hazelnut spread and continue to blend until absolutely smooth and super duper delicious. Once you have blended everything together, you're just going to pull it out, assemble everything as you would most of your recipes, where you're going to have your mixture and then your coconut flakes to roll it in, and then you are good to go. Just start rolling, dipping, assembling, rinse and repeating on this recipe. Then once you have everything together, you are going to then transfer everything over to your baking sheet or say a Tupperware container or mason jar, something that will allow them to go into the freezer for 1 hour, then over to your refrigerator where they are good for up to a month. These are super delicious. We really love them at home. We make them in about golf ball size, which a 2-ball serving is enough, and because of the dates, they are packed with lots of B12s and zinc and vitamin E and are super delicious. Then I also wanted to put together some dairy-free, egg-free banana bread in my bread maker today. I make several loaves to put ahead for breakfast, so I'm just processing some of those bananas, adding in my dry ingredients, throwing them into the bread maker. You're going to want to do an initial check to make sure everything is well incorporated. Then you're going to put it on an 80-minute quick cycle. Then once the cycle has ended, you're going to see that it looks a little bit like this. You'll want to unplug it, turn it back in, and do another 20-minute bake till it is golden brown and delicious, but don't take it out of the bread maker. You're going to want to let it steam for a few hours and come down to temp on its own. Once it's done, it is absolutely delicious, super healthy, quick to make, and can freeze up to a year. It is the best recipe, hands down, that I've ever made for banana bread. Super moist, super delicious. I will again link the recipe for that in the description bar below. It is a keeper for sure, especially for moms and little ones. I also wanted to go ahead and process those sweet potatoes, put them in the induction oven for 1 hour and 10 minutes, and then process some bananas and go ahead and get those ready for a couple projects. I'm going to both make banana chips, and later on tomorrow I'm going to make vegan cinnamon rolls. I will put the recipe for that and the video from it in the description bar below as well. When you're making vegan cinnamon rolls, you are going to want to slice them lengthwise. Be really careful in doing so, and of course for banana chips, just cut them into little discs. Then I'm going to throw everything on the dehydrator and get that ready to be prepped. It is a great, easy way to make these snacks at home, super cheap and affordable. And when you make your own, you don't have a lot of the 14+ preservatives that are commonly put on them in the store, and they're about 90% cheaper too, so a double plus there. I'm also going to go ahead and process those gala apples that I mentioned, and I'm going to put the seeds and the cores and anything that is not edible into the bucket to the side to be processed in just a second. I'm going to, of course, we will eat the apple slices, and for our hamsters and our bunny, my daughter's pets, we are going to dehydrate the skins because they are a super nutritious snack for your pet. So absolutely nothing on this apple will go to waste at home. Then of course we're going to add those to the Excalibur and have those prepped for the dehydrator. And then you can see some of the bigger pieces will be treats for the bunny, so I just threw those on there. And then of course the skins that I put on the last 2 trays for the little ones, we're going to set that 24 hours at 140 degrees. Then I'm going to process avocados. These can be used in smoothies or made into dip or other things, and then they can be frozen for up to a year, so nothing's going to go bad there. The skins, of course, will go in compost. Once I'm done, I'm just going to transfer that right on over to the freezer. Then I wanted to process the pineapple and make some juice because, again, I have had a headache all week and I felt horrible, so I processed the pineapple, and the oranges, and a little bit of ginger to make some juice. Easy peasy. I use a Breville juicer, which I will link the juicer that I use in the description bar below if you want to check that out. And juice is made. Once the juice is made, I'm going to go ahead and make apple cider vinegar. And to do that, you're going to put in all those apple peels, 1 cup of castor, sugar, 6 to 8 cups of water, shake, put a cloth on it. You'll need to let it sit in your cabinet for 1 month. When that's done, you will strain it, put it in a jar, and you have vinegar. And so all of those apple pieces went to use. Everything else can go right into compost. And then of course, for the orange peels, I'm going to add those to a 1/2 gallon mason jar. I'm going to fill it all the way up to headspace with white vinegar. I'm going to cap that, let it sit for a month, and then strain it, and there you have the best infused cleaner you've ever used. And then I'm going to go ahead and process all of those awesome sweet potatoes into the freezer. So guys, that is this week's video, please leave me a comment below, subscribe, turn on notifications, and as always, please be kind to yourself and to others. Have a wonderful rest of your day.